Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed week. Hey, I wanted to share something with you about old Bibles. You know, I got this old Bible, and I've had it for years, and it was given to me by a singles group that my wife and I hosted years ago. I mean years ago. And they got together and they bought me this Bible. And I absolutely love it because it's a large print, and I've been using it for years. It's all tattered. I've gone through it cover to cover. But you know, it finally got so old that some of the pages are falling out. And it costs about, I don't know, I think it's $300 to $400 to get a Bible rebound. So I simply don't use it as my daily reader anymore. I just put it on my shelf, tuck it away. But there's something I wanted to talk to you guys about in Galatians. As soon as I can find it. All right, found it. Okay. In Galatians, there's a part where it talks about being led by the Spirit. Hang on, we got trouble. We got pages falling out. And you know, the problem is, like, when you go to read something in the King James, there's a lot of words that we don't know exactly what they mean. And even me, I'll go look something up in the Strong's Concordance, and then because we never use the words, within a year or two we forget. So anyway, starting here with Galatians 19, it talks about the works of the flesh, and it gives a big list. Well, right here I had a completely blank page right next to it, so I looked up every one of these words in the Strong Concordance and wrote down our today's meaning of them. And I wanted to go through that with you guys real quick. And it's Galatians 5:19, and it says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God." So let's go through those real quick. First of all is adultery. Adultery is sex between an unmarried person and any other. If one party's married, it's adultery. The next one is fornication. Fornication is sex between two unmarried people. If you're a born-again Christian, you can't be sleeping with your boyfriend and you can't be sleeping with your girlfriend. That's fornication. Either get married or say goodbye. That's simple. The next is uncleanness. Uncleanness means to be morally impure. It means to have anything in your life that is morally wrong. The next one is lasciviousnness, and that means lust, to be aroused, something that's lewd. And that even has to do with your conversation. Do you ever know anybody that no matter what subject you're on, they always turn it into something sexual? I had a friend of mine that used to do that all the time, and I couldn't stand it. The next one is idolatry. And idolatry is simply to worship. It's blind adoration. It is, and let me to give you a good example. Harley Davidsons, there's a lot of people that worship these things, and it's idolatry. The builders are the prophets, and I mean their whole life is just absolutely tied up in that. Hang on, I lost my place. The next one is witchcraft. Now it's getting close to Halloween, and we all know we have little witches going to be running around the neighborhood gathering up candy and stuff, but that's not what this is talking about. Witchcraft here is pharmaceutos. Pharmakia. It's drugs. Anyone that deals in drugs, takes drugs, it's witchcraft. Altering of your mind is witchcraft. The next one is hatred, and that's simply to hate somebody. Guys, we're called to forgive everyone. We can't be hating anyone. The next one is variance. Variance means to deviate. It means to turn aside, to digress. And we've talked about this many times. I've told you guys before. You are either drawing closer to the Lord or you're drifting away from the Lord. That drifting away from the Lord is called variance. Guys, you never stay the same. Never. Because the minute you're not drawing closer to God, the demonic host is attacking you and you are drifting away. That's what variance is. The next one is emulations. And that is to equal or excel others. It means a jealous rivalry. You see somebody, what they do, you want to surpass them. That is emulation. Wrath. Wrath is fierce anger. To be angry with someone without a cause. The next one is strife. This one's normally in your family. It's bitter conflict. Antagonism. When you antagonize someone, that is strife. The next one is heresies. Heresies is teaching wrong doctrine. The next one is envyings. Envy means it's a sense of disconnect, to be discontent, to be jealous. The next one is murder, and that's simply to kill. The next one is drunkenness. Drunkenness means to alter the mind with alcohol. Guys, anytime you drink, and there's nothing wrong with having a beer, glass of wine, anything like that. But listen, the minute you get to a point where you start feeling it, the moment something comes out of your mouth that wouldn't normally come out of your mouth, that's when you've gone too far. That's when this applies, drunkenness. And the last one is revelings. And revelings simply means to party. Paul says that anyone that continues to do these things will not inherit the kingdom of God. Guys, listen. Some of these things we can kind of get immune to. They can be in our life and we don't know it. So listen, what's the cure for all these things? Well, it's very simple. He goes on to tell us. He says, they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. So what's the opposite? The opposite is, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Guys, let me wrap all this up in a nutshell. This is all this in a nutshell. If you love your neighbor as yourself, you will not do any of these things. If you love your neighbor as yourself, you will be filled with love, joy, and peace. It's that simple. You know, I've had people tell me before that they're living with their girlfriend or she's living with her boyfriend, and they talk to me about how much they love each other. Guys, that is not true. If you loved them, you would marry them. See what I mean? Anyway, I hope that helps. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.